Good evening, beautiful souls. How is everybody doing tonight? I'm looking forward to a good turnout given the topic for tonight. So, before we get started, I'd love for all of you to take a deep breath. Take a deep, deep, deep breath in. Take another beautiful deep breath in. Let it out. And finally, take another beautiful deep breath in. All right. So breathing. Whoops. So tonight we are going to talk about a very important topic, which is weight loss. And before we dive in, I'd love to see how many of you are looking for a specific weight loss solution. So go ahead and in the messages in the chat, go ahead and tell me if you're looking for weight loss, what is the specific weight loss and how many pounds would you like to lose? Okay, comments are coming in. So we have someone who would like to lose 6 pounds, lose 10 to 15 pounds, 8 to 10 pounds. All right, keep going. We have a lot more folks on here than the 3 that have responded. And the reason it's important is when you put down the number that you'd like to lose, it actually goes into your subconscious mind. So this is very important. I want everyone to do this as homework tonight. Please put down exactly what you'd like to lose. And yes, I love how Prem said how to control the things we put in the mouth and 25 pounds. So also, if you have a sense of what is the reason that you have not lost weight or have put on weight, please list that as well. And this is really important because this is part of that subconscious programming. Oh, Meg, thank you. Meg says that I'd hosted 2 programs, digital, and Meg had participated in them, and she lost over 14 pounds and wants to lose another 8 more. Well, Meg, you've got the formula, but I know sometimes the formula is not enough. You need support, you need community, you need reminders, and you need a team. And we're gonna talk about a little bit of that tonight. Nidhi says 5 pounds. Anand says binge eating. Binge eating is the #1 problem. Geeta says control sugar and snacks. Yes. Wonderful, wonderful. So social commitments is a huge problem. And so thank you everyone for sharing that. So I'm going to share the most important, because again, everyone on this session tonight is over 40. Am I right? If anyone is younger than 40, can you just please in chat say me, so that way I know that I've got some little ones here. I am over 50 and I'm post-menopause. So I can tell you that there is nothing I haven't gone through in the last year, from binge eating to eating 2 dinners, one at 6 p.m. like a good girl, and one at 2 a.m. Sugar cravings, all of it, to weight gain. I've never had cravings in my life. I've never been a huge food eater. All of that changed once I crossed 50. So this is all just last, I would say, probably the last 18 months or so. And yes, there is a formula. And yes, it's connected to meditation and breath work. And we are going to do all of that tonight. So first, I want you to very quickly listen to a few things. There's a short that I have. There is a short. Okay, so we're going to listen to this first. When you cross 40, the weight gain is primarily linked to 3 hormones. So let's listen.
Stress hormone, and when it's consistently high, causes weight gain around the belly. And one really easy tip to balance out cortisol is to just make sure that you don't have caffeine after 2 p.m. or 12 p.m. if you're caffeine sensitive. The second hormone is called peptide YY, and it's our satiety hormone. It helps to keep us feeling full and satisfied. Low levels of peptide YY can cause you to feel hungry and is even tied to increased body fat percentage. And you can easily increase your peptide YY levels by eating more protein, specifically from complete sources. The third hormone is called insulin, and it's our storing hormone. High levels of insulin cause their body to turn off the fat burning process called lipolysis. So if insulin levels are high all day, you're never able to tap into fat burning. And one really easy way to reduce insulin spikes is by removing snacking or using intermittent fasting. Okay, so there are 3 hormones that are causing you to gain weight, and the first one is cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone, and when it's consistently high, causes weight gain around the belly.
Okay, so this is a test. There are 3 hormones that after 40 are causing you to gain weight and hold on to that weight. The very first one, and the one that's probably 90% linked to everyone's issues on the call tonight, is cortisol. The second one that's very closely linked to cortisol is insulin. And the third one is the YY peptide, which is the protein source issue, which to me is a much, much smaller issue. The satiety challenge is something that we'll talk about in a moment. So let's start with the number one challenge that we all face is cortisol. Cortisol is by default produced by the body early in the morning. And the most important thing that you can do as soon as you wake up is to pull that cortisol down. So again, I'm going to say this again, because this is the most important thing you're going to hear tonight. The cortisol that your body is producing in the morning is creating most of your weight-related issues. And that cortisol comes from stress, it comes from anxiety, and it comes from perimenopause, menopause. So around 40 or so, as our body starts to feel its age, and as hormones start to decline pretty dramatically, that cortisol, which used to be very easily managed by, let's say, estrogen or testosterone or just the balance, right? So it would spike in the morning and then it would just calm down. That doesn't happen anymore. Now our body keeps that cortisol level high. And what does cortisol do? It makes you gain weight around the belly. Say a yes on the chat if you've got belly fat that you'd like to lose. What we are going to talk about now is how you can reduce your cortisol through, you guessed it, breathwork and of course yoga. We have a beautiful yoga session every week led by Sachin in our community in Ruby Hill. If you haven't joined, you haven't participated, I urge you to consider yoga with Sachin, because that is going to help your body get into a mode of better processing both insulin and cortisol. And of course, breath work. So now insulin, most of the folks, by the time we get to around 50, we also get insulin resistance. And yes, obviously intermittent fasting is amazing, but there's a lot of other ways that you can balance out insulin. And again, keep in mind, when your cortisol goes up, your insulin also gets high. So they are absolutely linked. So now let's listen to Dr. Andrew Huberman from Stanford. As some of you know, I'm on the Stanford board, and I love the medical school, the medical hospital board. And I absolutely love Dr. Andrew Huberman, who has actually a clinic and a whole practice at Stanford. So let's listen to him real quick.
A few years ago, when my laboratory got interested in studying stress in humans, we asked ourselves, what are the patterns of breathing that allow for the most rapid reduction in stress levels? And more importantly, what are the patterns of breathing that can be done in real time so that people can adjust their stress while they're still engaging in life, right? Breathwork classes, running off to Esalen for a weekend is a magical experience, but life demands pressing on you. That's typically when you feel stressed. So it is still true that vacation, long meditation retreats, and massages or a nice drink, if you're of drinking age, still work, but they're slow and they take you offline. The physiological sigh is a pattern of breathing that was actually discovered by physiologists in the 30s, and that was essentially rediscovered by Professor Jack Feldman at UCLA, a world expert in the neurobiology of respiration, and by my colleague Mark Krasno at Stanford, who studies lung function. The physiological sigh is a pattern of breathing that we all engage in deep sleep when levels of carbon dioxide in our bloodstream get too high. We, or our dogs, you can see your dog do this, will do a double inhale followed by an extended exhale. Children or adults, for that matter, that are sobbing and lose their breath, so to speak, will also do a double inhale, exhale. That's the spontaneous execution of what we call the physiological sigh. The reason it works so well to relax us is because it offloads a lot of carbon dioxide all at once. And the way it works is the following. Our lungs are not just two big bags of air. We have all these little millions of sacs of air that if we were to lay them out flat, they would be as big as about a tennis court or so. The volume of air, therefore, and the volume of carbon dioxide that we can offload is tremendously high, except that we get stressed as carbon dioxide builds up on our bloodstream, and as kind of a double whammy, these little sacs deflate. Now, when we do a double inhale, so I'll do this now twice through my nose, or you could do this, or you could do it through your mouth, but it works best through the nose. It's inhale, and then you sneak a little bit more air in at the very end. When you do that, you reinflate those little sacs. And when you exhale, then you discard all the carbon dioxide at once. So the simple way to describe this protocol is that unless you are underwater, you do a double inhale followed by an extended exhale, and you offload the maximum amount of carbon dioxide. And we found in our laboratory, and other laboratories have found, that just 1, 2, or 3 of those physiological sighs brings your level of stress down very, very fast. And it's a tool that you can use anytime. I do hope that people will kind of watch other people or dogs as they start to relax or go down to sleep. You'll see this pattern of breathing, but again, it can be consciously driven. The other thing about breathing, and the reason why exhales are so vital, is the following. I know there's a lot of interest nowadays in heart rate variability. Well, most people don't realize this, but your breathing is actually driving heart rate variability. So when you inhale, this dome-shaped muscle beneath your lungs, your diaphragm, actually moves down because the lungs expand, it moves down. When you do that, you create more space in the thoracic cavity, and the heart gets a little bigger, it actually expands. As a consequence, blood flows more slowly through that larger volume, and the brain quickly sends a signal down to the heart to speed the heart up. The short, simple version of this is inhales speed the heart up. When you exhale, the opposite is true. That dome-shaped muscle, the diaphragm, moves up. The space in your thoracic cavity gets a little bit smaller. The heart gets a little bit smaller. Blood moves more quickly through that small volume, and the brain sends a signal to the heart to slow the heart down. Physicians know this as respiratory sinus arrhythmia, but this is the basis of what we call HRV, heart rate variability. And the simple way to remember this is anytime you emphasize exhales, in other words, making them longer than your inhales, you are slowing the heart rate down, you're calming your system. Anytime you emphasize inhales, you make them more vigorous or longer than your exhales, you're speeding up your heart.
Okay. So I'm going to recap. One of the most important things that you can do is and let's do it together. So we're going to do 3 rounds of Dr. Andrew Huberman's recommended breathing, which is you're going to take a very deep breath in. Then you're going to take another breath in, and then you're going to let it all out. We're going to do it 3 times together. And of course, then I'll talk to you about what you're going to do starting tomorrow. So let's go ahead and get started. Everyone, settle in for your weight loss breath, because what this is going to do is it's going to drop your cortisol so your body doesn't think that you need fat around your belly. So let's go ahead and get started. Settle in. Take a very loud, deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Quick second breath in. 6, 7. And let it all out. Okay, we're going to do it one more time. And again, the way he did it, right? So take a very sharp, deep, long breath in. Go. Take another breath in and let it all out. One more time. Take a very quick, sharp, deep, long breath in. One more. And let it all out. Okay. So that is something that I'd like you to consider doing first thing in the morning when you wake up. Your cortisol spikes within an hour. So now we're going to listen to this on boxed breathing.
Lower your cortisol levels? The answer is yes. How do you do it? You inhale, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and repeat. Can box breathing lower your cortisol levels? The answer is yes. How do you do it? You inhale.
Okay. So the second breathing technique, because the first one's a bit dramatic, you do it at home. The second one is something that I'd like you to do as much as possible starting tomorrow for 7 days. I want you to weigh yourself. I want everyone to commit to this. You're going to weigh yourself in the morning, and then you're going to start doing the breathing exercises and the meditations we're going to do next for 7 days. And next Thursday or Friday, I'll give you till next Friday, sorry, I'd like you all to share how your weight adjusted. Hopefully, you should see movement on the needle, as long as you're not eating more for the next 7 days, like you're not doing more binge eating or more drinking, as long as everything else is constant and you are practicing box breathing all day at work. So the way you train yourself is you put an alarm. You put an alarm for every hour on the hour when you're working, because one of the worst places for cortisol is at work. And it'll remind you to box breathe. And the good news is when you train your body to box breathe, you'll kind of get into a rhythm of box breathing. And then, as Dr. Andrew Huberman said, the most important thing you need to do is exhale. Instead of keeping short inhales, learn to exhale every few minutes, because our default, and it's funny, I've actually commented to my husband multiple times, like, wow, you kind of have really shallow breaths and then you just hold on to your breath. Well, what that's doing is it's releasing cortisol, and that's actually a sign of stress. So these are the two things that I'd like you to do to dramatically start retraining your body to drop cortisol levels down. That will help with insulin as well. And again, for people who are saying, look, I want something sustainable, this is important. For all those who said binge eating, I'm actually writing a little article on what is the reason for cravings and binge eating. And there's a lot of different factors. And how do you make sure that you check off each factor to understand? One of the factors for binge eating is cortisol. When your body thinks that you're being attacked by a lion, it wants to gobble up food and then it wants to run. So if you are in stress mode, you're going to want to reach for rich brownies or ice creams or fried food, because that's where the fat is, right? That's where the sugar is. When you calm your body down and you're relaxed, you won't be hungry at all, because your body is safe, your body is happy. And that is where our meditation for tonight comes in. So let's get started. One of the other things about weight loss, of course, is retraining your subconscious. So that's what this meditation is about. We are going to do a little bit of a retraining of your subconscious. So if everyone can please go ahead and get into position for the meditation tonight. What I'd like to do is actually first begin with this. This is just close your eyes, settle in. I'm going to first play this for just a minute. This is a beautiful stress-reducing music therapy, calming sound vibrations, and then I'll switch us to about a 15-minute meditation. All right, everybody, go ahead, close your eyes, and enjoy.
Guided visualization for weight loss. Achieving the healthy body that you deserve can be accomplished by getting in touch with your body's needs and cues, as well as the healthy lifestyle changes that can be made possible by activating your fire and determination. Use this meditation to help support you as you progress on your path towards achieving your weight loss goals. So bringing yourself into a comfortable seated or lying position, making any adjustments that are necessary to make sure that you can remain still for the duration of the practice. And when you feel settled, you can gently close your eyes, becoming aware of the rhythm and flow of the natural breath. Feel it as it moves through your entire body. Watching your breath from the moment it enters your nostrils, flowing down to the belly, and watching it exit once more. Noticing how with each exhalation, your body is becoming more and more relaxed. As though each exhalation, you're releasing out all the tension with the breath. Feeling all the tension that you've been holding on to, slowly melting away. The muscles in your legs are loosening and relaxing. The muscles of your back, belly, and chest softening and relaxing. Feeling the muscles of your arms and hands relaxing and letting go. Feel the muscles of your neck and shoulders becoming more and more relaxed. All your tension is melting away with each of your exhalations. Even the muscles of your face becoming softer and more relaxed. Your jaw is loose, your teeth slightly apart, your lips are relaxed, your forehead softening. Your whole body feels completely comfortable and at ease. Become aware of how you are feeling in this moment. Witness the calming and relaxing effect of your breath as it moves through your awareness, clearing it, calming it. With each exhalation, feel your mind becoming more and more relaxed. All the tensions, all the thoughts and worries of the day slowly melting away. Your body and your mind completely relaxed. You are completely supported, allowing yourself to just be here, watching the natural flow of breath flowing freely. Visualize yourself seated on the soft grass of a meadow. The grass is short, soft, and deep green. The sun is gently shining down. You are sitting under the shade of a tree. The temperature of the air is very pleasant on your skin. Picture this place in as much detail as you can. The air smells fresh as you sit here. You feel completely safe completely relaxed. Now, bring your attention to the thoughts that are flowing through your mind. Notice how here in this space, you can watch the thoughts and feelings of your mind without becoming involved or affected by them. With a bit of detachment, witness and watch. And as you do this, bring to mind the goal you have set for yourself. Your personal weight loss goals. Just list for yourself all the different benefits that you would get as you move towards this goal. Confidence, better health, more energy, maybe pride, satisfaction. You have made the first step. You have chosen to make change. As you progress towards your own success, you can feel that all these benefits are within your grasp. You are on your path towards a fitter, healthier, and happier you. Losing weight and keeping it off means making healthy choices that are both rewarding and enjoyable. So as you observe the fitness goals that you have for yourself, take a moment to consider the obstacles that have been preventing you from achieving these goals so far. Noticing the challenges. Maybe you struggle with difficult emotions, like anxiety or boredom, or frustration, stress, loneliness, depression. So what are your main triggers? In order to redirect these patterns of behavior, we observe and recognize these emotions when they come up, so you can redirect them into more constructive behavior choices. So as you consider what it is that triggers you, remember, you can't change the emotions you feel, but you can change the way you react. When we respond to difficult emotions with poor choices, we often compound these feelings with guilt. Becoming more aware of these triggers allows us the possibility of changing our reactions. By redirecting our reactions patterns into more positive directions, we can move ourselves towards achieving our goals. Every small success builds our confidence in the direction of the spiral. And even if you slip up, making sure to be gentle with yourself, picking yourself up, and giving yourself the strength and courage to succeed. As you continue to sit here in this peaceful meadow, under the shade of the tree, listen to the following affirmations. And as you hear each one, silently repeat it to yourself. This is my life, and I have the power to live it as I choose. I love my body, and I choose to take good care of it. I am approaching my ideal weight every day. When I feel down, I go for a walk and allow the fresh air to comfort me. I enjoy eating healthily, and my body thanks me for it. I enjoy the results from exercising daily, and my body thanks me for it. Every day, I am fitter and slimmer. I can achieve anything I set my mind to. I am determined and capable. Just allowing the meaning behind each of these affirmations to settle within you. Know that you're on your way to achieving your goals. Bring your focus back to the natural flow of breath. And as you feel your breath move through your body, begin to repeat, every day I become healthier and happier. Repeating this silently to yourself with each inhalation. And on your exhalation, I'm proud of my decision to make healthier choices. Inhaling, each day I become healthier and happier. Exhaling, I am proud of my decision to make healthier choices. And allowing these words to fade away now. Allowing yourself to experience this feeling of change that is blossoming within you. You feel strong and confident, capable of achieving your goals. Bringing your awareness back to the natural flow of breath. As the meditation draws to an end, preparing to count the flow of your breath. And if you choose to continue resting, then after the third breath, you may drift off into a peaceful and relaxed sleep. If you choose to stay awake, then after the third breath, you may feel yourself becoming more and more alert, aware of your surroundings, and refreshed and revitalized. Silently counting the breath. 1, feeling confident and capable. 2, feeling healthy and strong. And 3, feeling positive and determined.
Okay. Stay in that beautiful space of peace and calm. And let's bring our palms together and chant after me. I am a powerful soul. I am healthy. I am my perfect weight. I lose weight quickly. I only eat healthy. I love my body. I am blessed. I am safe. And God's white light is in me and all around me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining tonight. How does everybody feel? I know we have a few questions. Swati would like us to do boxed breathing together. So those of you who would like to stay back, we'll do a couple of rounds of quick boxed breathing now. Monica, you joined tonight. Good to see you. Prem, thank you. Geeta, thank you. Thank you, Swati. And I will be sharing this recording in the Breathwork with Rena channel. You're welcome to re-listen to it so you can remind yourself it's all about the cortisol and the insulin. And one of the easiest ways is to balance that with your breath work, your meditations. There are a few more things. There's actually Anulom Vilom, also helps balance out cortisol. And so does Kapalbhati. Kapalbhati actually pumps up your metabolism. And we can talk about that on my next call, where I will again talk about, so tomorrow night, how many of you would like to do one more on weight loss, but different exercises? Or we can do just a general healing one tomorrow. So those of you who are still here, yeah, just pop in the chat and just say, tomorrow, would you like to do one on, I have one on diabetes, autoimmune, thyroid, or if you'd like me to do one more on weight loss, then we can do some other ones. Oh, migraine, yeah, I have one on migraine and thyroid. Okay, so we can switch it around. All right, let's do, and we can pick one more day for weight loss next week, and then tomorrow we can do on thyroid and migraine. So let's do box breathing. And let me just open it up for you guys, and then we can do it together. There we go. This is the good one. Let me share my screen real quick. Okay. All right, let's do the boxed breathing. And yeah, let's do it. Let's do a 7-day experiment. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so get ready. 1, 2. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Breathe out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Hold. Breathe in. Hold. Out. Hold. Last round. Breathe in. Out. Hold. Okay, so that is how simple boxed breathing is. You are breathing in, hold, breathing out, hold. And by the way, Navy SEALs do this to keep their cortisols down so they don't run away in the middle of crazy fighting or danger. And during the day, all this week, I want you to be consciously aware and do boxed breathing every hour on the hour. And second of all, I want you to, whenever you're aware outside of the boxed breathing, do more exhales. So if you're breathing, suddenly you notice, hey, what's my breath doing? Just take a moment and just do 3 long exhales. So you'll just breathe in and then go, breathe in, breathe in. So that's the other thing that you can add to your day starting tomorrow. So first thing, as soon as you wake up, within an hour, your cortisol is going to be high. So you're going to do Andrew Huberman's breath work. You can also do Anulom Vilom. And then rest of the day till you go to bed, you're going to do the 4 breath, equal boxed breathing breath, as well as longer exhales. And then when you go to bed at night, again, I want you to just do quick Andrew Huberman's 3 times. So when you wake up 3 times, when you sleep 3 times, Dr. Andrews, and then during the day, you're going to do your boxed breathing. And I want you to report to me if your cravings are less, your hunger pangs are less, your binge eating is less. It'll take, I would say, 48 hours for your nervous system to start regulating. So give yourself at least, I would say, 2 to 3 days. So if you start tomorrow, give yourself Thursday, Friday, and then start to notice how your eating habits are on Saturday, Sunday onwards. And like I said, weigh yourself tomorrow. Don't do anything dramatically different in terms of overeating. And then let's weigh on Friday, next Friday, and see if the needle moved a little bit, maybe a quarter pound, maybe half pound. And then you can make this into a lifestyle. So I hope that helped. Thank you, everyone, for joining tonight. And I will see you tomorrow night. And like I said, I am writing a whole thing on weight loss, and I will share it based on my own personal struggle for the last 18 months because of hormonal imbalances due to menopause. So I'm definitely looking forward to sharing all of that with you ladies. Lots of love, big hugs. Have a beautiful night, sweet dreams, and I'll see you all tomorrow night.